Yeah, buddy, what is up? Welcome to Duct Tape Dynasty. I am the Duct Tape Dude.
I'm the dude.
And we are in week 15 of the NFL season. We got a good show for you tonight. Looking forward to it. It's the Rams and the Niners tonight. Thursday night football on Amazon. Before we get started, do us a favor. Minimize that screen. Hit that subscribe button for us. Hit that like button. Hit that bell. All those things. Those all help and get the word out there to other people that here we go again, boys. I can't talk. I get these two guys on and I can't talk. Anyway, here's a reason that you might want to hit the like button. We're giving away some jerseys. Okay. We just gave away a jersey a couple weeks ago. In fact, a Peyton Manning jersey. Gave one away that is in the mail. I can confirm that now. But I've got a box over here full of jerseys. Like, you see that Peterson jersey that's displayed there? Like, here's the Peterson jersey, okay? Like, we got it. And anyway, if we can we're just giving those away at random. All you got to do is in the chat, just hit sign me up. Just type that in there and we'll get you entered for a chance to win a jersey. If we can get to 300 subs by the end of the season, we're going to give away a signed Marv Fleming JSA authenticated jersey. Marv Fleming is a Super Bowl I winner. And here's the jersey. Here it is itself. There's the JSA authentication. You get it. We got it. And it could be yours, but we need you to send this to some people so we can get 300 stinking subs. Anyway, whatever. I, once again, can't talk, can't do anything right. So let's get these guys back on this. It's the 16-0 brothers, the perfect brothers, but not this week. I was so happy to replace that line on the on the slide there. But hey, boys, how we doing? It's the Agman and Lieutenant Dan himself. Agman, let's start with you. How's school?
School's good.
School.
How's school?
He is an educator, folks. If you don't know, that's why I say how's school. And by the way, I think your mom's in the comments.
That's true. She is. Hi, Mom.
There it is.
School is going really well. We are in the middle of Thanksgiving and Christmas break, so it's going as well as it can for that time frame. So when I say really well, it's relative.
Okay.
But you know, Josh, I got to compliment you. I really like that shirt you got on tonight. It's got a really cool logo on it. What is that for?
You mean this one?
Yeah.
I don't know. Dan, how are you?
Yeah. Hey, doing great. Great week. Actually, me and the family went to a Trans-Siberian Orchestra concert this past weekend, and
cool.
I'm taking tomorrow off of work, so that's even better.
That's a good idea. I think I'll do that too. So
Yeah.
I should
Shut up. Must be nice.
Yeah. You guys saw the video of our little Trans-Siberian Orchestra thing, right? That we did last weekend.
That was pretty
sweet. That was pretty sick. I like that. I put it out there for everybody to watch. 12 views. Not 12,000.
That would blow up right around this.
12.
Honestly,
yeah, you know. It's like,
explode.
Andrew, go up to 5 on yours, I guess. Now you're all quiet and whatnot. By the way,
fault.
Katie has now said hi to everybody. So hi, Andrew's mom / Katie /
Hi, Andrew's mom.
yeah, and there you go. So golly. Man, should we just get into the show? Why not? Let's just talk about the stuff that there is to talk about so we can get to the games of the week, let you all know what is going on, who's winning what game. And by the way, this is an interactive program, so please type in the chat. Let us know if you have any questions or comments or picks. Let us know what you think. But first item of business tonight, of course, the biggest sports news that is out there. Billy B is on his way to UNC. Dan, what do you think? How the heck did they? What is he doing? Like, I understand he's got a 24-year-old girlfriend and maybe she got accepted there, but what is this? Like, what is?
I don't know. I'm sure the lifestyle is pretty expensive. You got to take European vacations all the time. I don't know, but I gotta say, like, I not like I was a Patriots fan. I wasn't as not a NFC East, really fan following anybody there. So I didn't really love or hate Bill Belichick. I like to see the dominance of the Patriots over the years and what they could do. So I'm actually pretty interested to see what Belichick is going to do at the pro or at the college level. I know we've always seen over the years college head coaches make their way to the pros with pretty limited success. You
Yeah.
got like even the Nick Sabans of the world that tried it out for a short period of time, was failed at it, went back to college, and saw what he did at Alabama. We're seeing what Harbaugh can do right now. Out of Michigan,
Harbaugh
going
and
to the
Pete
Chargers.
Carroll were the best too.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, how many coaches have we seen gone from the NFL level
Down.
I don't want to say down to
But,
college, but go to college.
I mean, Harbaugh, but he's back now. So.
Yeah, well, Nick Saban went back to college as well after he went to the NFL from college.
Yeah,
to be
fair,
back.
that's because he failed at the NFL level.
Well, that's what happens. They anyway, but I don't know what his incentive is. Bill Belichick recruiting kids. Bill Belichick in somebody's living room. Really? Do you think he's going to be out there doing it? Yeah, like
I mean,
Andrew, Eggman, what the heck? Gil is here?
If I'm Bill
Holy
Belichick,
cow. Gil is in the comments. Ladies and gentlemen, Gil, how are you? It's like, Dan, I don't think you've had the pleasure of Gil in the comments yet. When Gil shows up, it's like Norm and Cheers.
Norm!
I was in the comments last season when Gil was in the comments a time or two.
Yes.
And I thought it was great every single time. I love me some Gil, the limited amount of times we've been in the comment section together. But yeah, Bill Belichick going to UNC. That's crazy. If I'm Bill Belichick and I'm trying to recruit college kids, I don't like. He doesn't have to say anything. He just has to show up wearing 6 Super Bowl rings into somebody's living room and let that speak for itself.
Actually, he has 8.
Oh, that's right. He was a defensive coordinator for the Giants for 2 of them. That's right.
Yeah. So
and a couple more.
So he's got
conference championship
all
rings.
of his fingers. He can. Oh man, alive! Just Super
he's like
Bowl
Thanos,
rings.
with both of them.
Oh, geez. What do you think, Andrew? Is this going to work out for him? What's going to happen at UNC? Is Bill Belichick going to be enough of a draw to actually make that team worthwhile?
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for him. But, I mean, if you have the greatest coach of all time going to your school, I don't think you're going to complain. So we'll see how it goes after a year off for him, or 2 years, whatever it's been.
A year or two. He must have got sick of talking to McAfee and the Manning brothers.
On Mondays.
So anyway, I thought he was doing a great job, but whatever. And on the college note, something that comes out kind of every season, the graphic god, as he's known on Instagram, and I've contacted him before. He said we could use his photos or show his photos. He does edits to the uniforms. And around this time of year, he does Christmas edits. So this is a little scrolling video that's coming up of his Christmas edits. I know it's college, but we're using Bill Belichick as the excuse for us to transition from NFL to college.
Segue.
Yeah. So that's how I kind of worked this one in there. But these were a few of the ones that I like the best. I'd really like to know what you guys think in the comments, which one is best. Now, boys, for y'all, I know you just got this like 3 minutes before the show, but as they scroll by here, I want you to each pick a favorite and tell me which one's your favorite. Yeah, I know you're pretty much seeing it live, but
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. What do you think, Agman? Which one of these is your favorite?
I'm stuck between 2. One of them, because it's just a Christmasified version of what they already have ish, which is the point. But I like Ohio State, but I also like Texas. Those ones are kind of cool because they're simpler. They're not too crazy, but it's cool.
Okay. Yeah, I dig it. I like Ohio State. I like that one. Now, Dan, what about you? Were you more of a you go on the wild side, or are you going for the Grinch, or what?
100% the Grinch. That actually looks like a uniform that somebody would, start running out of the tunnel, and you'd see a whole
The XFL.
Grinch army.
Yeah, dude. No, it looks like something the Oregon Ducks would wear. I mean,
yeah, one of their
Thank
like
you, Nike.
150 uniform combinations.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're
So,
literally Nike's plaything.
yes, and that is Dylan Gabriel, the Oregon quarterback, right there. That has that fake uniform on. But I picked the Grinch as well. Although the Notre Dame one, as tacky as
That
it
one
is,
looks like an ugly sweater, but it's kind of cool.
It's growing on me, man. I tell you. So,
which makes me wonder, like for the UT ones, I like the antlers there, which makes me think, like, why isn't there a UT helmet with a longhorn on each side?
Yeah,
like the
Because then they look like the Texans.
Horn on either side.
I think they should go with the horn. I like that idea, Dano. I'll talk to somebody.
Yeah, make it happen.
Anyway, let's
Good
move
job.
on. Let's get back to the NFL and let's take a look at the NFC North. This is a very accurate picture, I think, of the NFC North and what is going on. If you just think about it and look at the teams, now I'll admit I kind of stole this. I saw somebody had done this and I recreated it. So it's not my original idea, but you've got obviously the Lions there, solid right there in the middle, sawing off a limb, safely on a limb. Vikings trying to get rid of Green Bay as always. The Lions are getting rid of both Green Bay and the Vikings, and the Bears
And
are
then
sitting
there's the
there
Bears.
getting rid of themselves. So, Dan, what do you think? Is that a pretty accurate representation of the NFC North right now?
Yeah. The only change I would make is if the Lions were at the bottom with an axe, just like chopping down the whole dang tree. But
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
other than
No, that's actually
fair.
I had a version that had that, and down at the bottom it was actually it was a referee and Patrick Mahomes was on his shoulders, and so that's what was going on there. Anyway, so speaking of NFC North, something we have been waiting for, Andrew, you're kind of foreshadowing it out there.
A little bit.
Look, finally this week, the icy whites, as we say, for the
Finally
Vikings
wearing them.
are gonna be
Finally
worn.
wearing the Winter Warriors.
it's
Yes.
the Elsa version of the
Oh,
uniform.
come
Well,
on,
yeah.
Elsa,
Oh,
dude.
man.
That's unchecked aggression, man. What is
Hey,
that?
yeah.
Emotional damage.
That was terrible. I love it.
Vikings are out there letting it go. Good job, guys.
Oh, God.
Dude, I love the uniform.
They're
We
so cool.
we do uniform specials before every season, and we fawned over these uniforms.
They're
Big.
so good.
I wish they would wear them more than once. I hope they wear them again at
I
some
feel like
point.
the Vikings fans are missing out on an opportunity if they don't like white out that stadium like a Penn
They
State
do.
game.
They
Yeah.
do. I mean, the
Well,
field's still
that shows
green,
what
but
I do.
they
I don't follow
invert
the Vikings.
Well, let me educate you here.
Oh, I can't wait.
The Vikings have done the whiteout every single year, like in the last 5 or whatever, and they've done their whiteout pants, jersey, all that stuff, but they have their purple helmets, but they flip the field. It's still a green 100-yard turf, but they flip the purple and white in the end zones, so it's white paint with the purple letters. They inverse the Norseman logo in the middle where it's all whited out. Like, it's everybody in the stadium wears white. It's a super cool deal.
It's
And
gonna.
they
I think this is
finally-
gonna be.
They finally
sick.
threw a white helmet on it and made it even better.
Yeah, and I like the chrome. That again, not to get all back
It's
into
so
it, but
good.
I think they hit a home run. Dan, you're not a fan of these though, huh? You think they're a little sissy?
No,
Gil's with you with the Elsa. Go ahead.
Thanks, Gil. No, they look good. I like them. They look pretty sleek, pretty classic design there. So interested to see what they look like out on the field. Who are they wearing this against now?
Yeah, who are they playing this week, Andrew?
Bears.
The Bears.
On Monday night.
Oh, good. Well, then this should be awesome to watch. They should do. Hey, Riz is out there. Riz is back. I remember seeing Riz when we were in Bozeman. Yeah. So welcome back, Riz. By the way, we might give a jersey away. So if you guys want to win a jersey tonight, why not? Just sign me up in the comments and we'll enter you to win and maybe give away a jersey tonight. So, by the way, Gil had a good comment. He's always good for a few good comments out there. Belichick, the GOAT.
Just
guy eats, sleeps, and breathes success. He once beat the bag out of my neighbor for looking at him wrong. I loved it. Anyway, so Gil lives next to Bill Belichick. Let's move on to the honor roll, shall we? And on the subject of the Vikings, you want to start us off, Agman?
Don't mind if I do.
All
so, obviously, if you paid attention to any football and you watch the Vikings, they went from a game that was really, really close to a game that they just ran away with. So I felt it only necessary to nominate all the parties responsible, that being the Vikings offense. Sam Darnold, Justin Jefferson, and Jordan Addison, combining together for 347 total passing yards and 5 touchdowns against the Atlanta Falcons. And that is the first 5-touchdown game by a Vikings quarterback in a while, including the Kirk time. I think it's the first 5-touchdown quarterback game since Dante Culpepper. It's Sam Darnold's first of his career, and it is just making the Vikings offense that much more high-powered and looking so great. You guys are all on a roll.
Where did they play that game? Was it in Atlanta or was it in Minnesota?
In Minnesota.
Okay, so Kirk got to come home, so to speak, and he just got absolutely slapped around by Sam Darnold. Dan, do you think that Kirk gives a darn that Sam Darnold is making him look like a fool after taking over for the Vikings?
I mean, he should be more concerned the fact that they're not going to make the playoffs this year. But, yeah, he should be concerned that.
And the fact that Darnold's doing it on a $10 million contract instead of
100,
however much we were paying Kirk. Yeah.
Anyway, okay, enough of that. Beating a dead horse, so to speak. Dan, you want to take the second honor roll?
Dead bird.
I shall. So the second honor roll nominee is Mr. Josh Allen, who was 22 for 37 for 342 yards, 3 touchdowns passing, but 3 additional touchdowns for rushing. And that was 82 rushing yards compared to an anemic 7 yards by the Vikings quarterback. So absolutely, dominated with the rushing attack. 8.2 yards per carry versus like 1 point something for Sam Darnold. So really has it going on there. So 6 total touchdowns versus the 5 for Darnold there. So Josh Allen, you sir are on a roll.
Absolutely. That
I will say, hot take, I think Josh Allen is the league MVP this year.
Dude, that is called putting the team on your back, bro. 6 TDs by yourself. Granted, I know somebody had to catch those 3, but he's like, screw you guys.
Did we talk about it the other week where he, the one play he threw for threw a pass,
he caught it.
Then he ended up getting the ball and gets credit for a passing and a receiving touchdown on the same play.
I thought he didn't get credit for the receiving touchdown, but he got the passing touchdown.
Well, he
either way.
It.
Yeah.
You know
I don't know what the credit was, but
it was a lateral back to him. So
yeah,
call it what you will, a rushing touchdown, but he passed and then got the ball and ran into the end zone.
Unbelievable.
That was during the Ice Bowl Blizzard game.
Oh, the snow
against the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we move on? Because I guess we're still in the honor roll section, and I'm guilty of interrupting as well. So Joe Burrow, number 3 on the honor roll segment, 33 of 44. Yeah, he was throwing the ball around a little bit. 369 yards, 3 touchdowns, 112.8 rating there for Mr. Joe Burrow, who is absolutely, even with the blonde hair, on a roll.
And he did it as a Simpson.
Yes.
Thank you, Disney.
Joe.
All right. And the last one, Dan, why don't you take him, Mr.
All right. We got Zach Charbonnet, 22 carries for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns and a long of 51 yards. So you, sir, Mr. Charbonnet, are on a roll.
Absolutely. And there they are. There's the 4 honor roll. Now we announce the winner of the honor roll at the end of the show. So stick around for that. Agman, why don't you tell the folks how exactly this works?
Yeah, so in order to vote, it is not our decision, even though we like to weigh in and think we are the experts and everything because it's our show. But it is up to you guys as the viewers on Instagram, either for DuctTapeDynasty _sports or DTD.BigSkyCountry. We kind of run in tandem. We have these polls here and these graphics that you see right here on the show on our Instagram stories, and we have a poll at the end where you vote who you think should win.
Yep.
We kind of compare both answers, we combine them, and we go for total vote count. Sometimes it's just one of us if we're really busy, but the last few weeks we've been doing both. So that's how you go and do that with DuctTapeDynasty_sports, as well as DTD.BigSkyCountry on Instagram stories.
And we'll have links to that at the end of the show as well, so you guys can do that. But yeah, so we'll see who the people voted as the honor roll player of the week for week 14 at the end of the show. Shall we talk about the week that was? We all had a pretty decent week. I mean, relatively speaking. Kevin comes out on top, man. 11-2. Kevin is a hockey guy, right? Like, it's a slow clap for Kev. Yeah. All right. So Kevin, outright win from a hockey guy. Well done to Sportniks. 11-2. Basically, the rest of us went 10-3, with the exception of Robbie, who is tanking Wally's season single-handedly. So he went 9-4, which actually isn't that bad. 9-4 is a good week as well. But
he just picked Dallas.
Yeah.
In Robbie's defense, Wally was already bottom.
yeah. Well,
but he was still that much further ahead.
I tell you what, you know what happened the first week that Robbie took over. Kevin actually passed Robbie. So Robbie's first act of kindness for Wally's record was to fall in the standings. Although I had it wrong last week, but whatever, I corrected it this week. Yeah. Sorry, Dan, go ahead.
There you go. Oh, I was about to say, shout out to Kevin and Robbie and myself for picking the Niners over the Bears. I know we talked about that last week, and I was still perplexed why the majority of the league chose the Bears.
I felt
of all
stupid
teams.
with that decision, but it was too late. So
well,
whatever.
And you know what? I think I did the opposite this week. You know, I don't know why I didn't pick the Niners, but then again, no, I know why I didn't. It's because they're just decimated as a team.
But
you know,
you did pick them.
I know. And anyway, and we'll see what happens this week. But the big surprise was really, I think, the Bills, losing to the Rams.
Yeah. And the Jacksonville we all got wrong, but that game could have went either way.
Yeah.
That
was a toss-up of bottom tier to, just scratching the surface of mediocre teams.
The two most forgotten teams in the league.
Yeah. Geez, more forgotten than the freaking Panthers, man, because everybody knows the Panthers suck. So, okay, so I flashed the standings out there. Here they are again. And yes, I'm trying to move on so we can get to the week that is to be, or the week to be. There we go. That's how I say it. So here you go. Here's the way the standings break out. I still have a 2-game lead. Although after my picks this week, I'm not sure I'm going to keep it. Oh, come on, man. You got to do your 16-0 crap last week, so I better be able to stand on a soapbox while I'm first
You're
in the league.
You're also winning our fantasy league. So
I
I
know. It's all glory right now. It's fantastic. We should start doing a fantasy update solely because of the fact that I'm winning the league right now. But anyway, so yeah, geez, now it all went flying by. I'm on a roll. Awesome. Am I on a roll, Dan? All right, so here we go. I'm 149-58. Then you got Sierra and Agman tied at 147-60. Looks like Dano, you're in fourth place, 141-66. Then Kev Boat, Sportniks himself, is 139-68. You got Robbie 136-71. Then Dave absolutely coming detached as a caboose, 134-73. So or 70. Yeah,
I read it wrong.
Who knows? He's lost a lot of games.
He's down there.
But actually, if you look at it, though,
unrecoverable is what I'm hearing.
The percentages are actually good, though. I mean, 64.7 is our lowest percentages. Winning. So we're all making some pretty good money. The top three are all in the 70s there. That's good, man. That's solid. So
As much as I don't want you to have a perfect week, Josh, I kind of want you to have that so we can get to our 72.8% that we boasted like a year and a half ago.
I think I still have that
tarnished.
in the comment. Oh my gosh. Yeah. In the description, I think that's still in there. The claim to fame, first year, 72.8 was the winning record. And we have not come anywhere near it since then. So up at 72%, about to take a fall.
Boys, one day.
Yeah. So anyway, if you look at the line chart there, that's tracking the progress. And bottom line, pun intended, is Dave. Well, we know that, but all the lines are going in the right direction. So that's the bottom line. Let's move on to
which is exactly where you would expect a University of Montana fan, right?
Exactly.
The bottom line. Out of the playoffs.
There it is.
Out of the playoffs.
I have no dog in that fight.
But thank you for setting that up. You just got
you're
toss
welcome.
that one right out there for me.
I love the CatCast audio there. Thank you.
The what cast?
There it is. That's automatic. That happens. I did not reach. Whatever. Let's talk about the week to be, boys. We got a 16 game slate to go through, so let's do it. Starting off tonight, for some reason, and I'm not sure why, I went with San Francisco against the Rams.
So did I.
And so did the Eggman. Please tell me you have a reason for it, because I can't figure out why I did.
I can't remember. Is San Francisco at home?
Yeah.
They are at home.
That's why. That might be why.
Okay, well, that doesn't reassure me. That's your analysis.
It doesn't reassure me either.
Yeah.
We don't have. They don't have the running backs.
What are we?
I don't know.
What did I do, Dan? You're the analytical genius of this group.
No,
why don't you tell us why the Rams are going to beat San Francisco tonight?
All right. So the Rams are going to beat San Francisco tonight for a couple reasons. Is one, look at what the Rams did to the Bills last week. So, close game, but they took down one of the best teams in the NFL right now. And now let's take a look at the Niners last, 4 weeks. Last week, they beat the Bears, right? So no surprise there. Well, maybe a surprise to the two of you since you picked the Bears to win that game. But
we're having a tough time here with San Francisco. Give us a break.
Most of us, not a surprise. But the weeks before that, lose by 25 to the Bills, lose by 28 to the Packers, lose by 3 to the Seahawks. So they're 1-3 in the last 4 weeks. They're without their top 2 running backs. So that by itself is why I chose the Rams over the 49ers. The Rams over the 49ers, even with the 49ers having home field advantage there. So
he's right.
Yeah.
I think Purdy's still healthy, right? Purdy's good to go, but still, even with him, healthy Debo. I know Ayuk's out for the season still. But that's the way I see it.
I'm not very confident in that pick. So
we might want that.
Why don't we move on
week
to the next one, which has a flyer from Dano himself. Dan, why are you going with Carolina in this one? I mean, Dallas, good God, man. They're going to win again eventually, right? It should be against Carolina, but you pick Carolina. Why?
Well, I picked Carolina because they started off the season.
Yeah, nobody
rough,
cares.
They were doing bad.
Sorry.
And by the way, the Cowboys are still not that impressive. I know they won last week, didn't they?
No, they lost.
They lost.
Yeah, they lost
to the
last
Bengals.
week.
They won on Thanksgiving because they were playing New York Giants. That's why.
Yeah, there you go. So they still don't have a decent rushing game, even though the Panthers have lost the last 3 weeks. Each game they lost was only by it was a 1-score game. They lost to the Eagles by 6. They lost to the Bucks by 3 in overtime. They lost to the Chiefs by 3 on a last-second field goal by the Chiefs. And the week before that, they beat the Giants in overtime. The refs gave it to them. So the Panthers, in my opinion, are starting to look better and better, even though they're still losing some pretty close games. I think that they're doing a lot better than they were at the beginning of the season, and the Cowboys just are, I don't know.
I need you to start giving me this analysis before I make my picks, because
That
you know
would
what?
earn you
I
an
will,
asterisk.
I will
Pretty-
give you some analysis. It will be 100% wrong.
as per usual, every time you speak, I end up feeling terrible about myself. So,
Yeah, well, that's the goal. That doesn't mean that, the Panthers are actually going to win, but if I can actually make you feel bad about yourself, then hey, I'm doing something right.
Andrew,
Just when I
Eggman,
think you
tell
couldn't
me,
do anything any dumber, you go and do something like this.
totally. All right, why? All right, whatever. That game, who knows
yeah.
what's honestly going to happen. Dan, your analysis is, as always, I'm
Very
sure
good.
spot on.
Something.
So,
Yeah.
so we'll see what happens. Kansas City, we're all going to be surprised if they lose to the Browns. And then
He'll probably
Kevin
be
is
losing,
the
and the
only
ref
one.
will make him win.
Yeah, who knows? Jameis might have, well, whatever.
Old Jerry
Kevin-
Jeudy could have another outstanding game.
Yeah,
there.
true. We had
You
two
never know.
Browns on the honor roll last week, so
Oh,
Yeah,
Dirty
that
all
was-
over.
but they lost. It was
enigma.
both with a loss. But all right,
Yeah.
so Houston and Miami. Kev Boat is the only one that went with Miami. Don't know why.
Not
then
the
again-
worst thing on the planet, though,
Yeah,
because
it's-
Houston really has not lived up to the hype that we all gave them at the beginning of the year.
Exactly.
They just haven't.
No, they
So-
CJ Stroud. Now he is not having a sophomore slump per se, but
he's
compared to
definitely
last year, it's-
declined a little
Yeah,
bit,
he's come down a little bit. Yeah, Dan, do you think the Kev's got any chance of winning with that flyer right there?
I mean, yeah, they're doing a little bit better now that Tua's been back for a little bit of time. I think they're doing all right. CJ Stroud, I'd have to go look at the stats from last year, but I mean, he's already put over 3,000 yards of passing this year. Granted, he's got 15, I think, touchdowns versus 9 interceptions. So, maybe not protecting the ball as well as you'd like. I mean, he's certainly doing better protecting the ball than somebody, like Baker Mayfield, who's got double-digit interceptions.
There it
But yep, there it is. So, I mean, I got Houston in this one, but Dolphins are doing certainly better with obviously Tua than without. So Houston's also playing at home, and talk about not living up to the hype. They still are, an 8-win team, 8-5 right now. So they're still in, obviously playoff contention. So yeah, I got the Texans in this one. So I guess I'm surprised that it's only Kevin with the Dolphins in this one, but yeah.
My question
I
now
think Houston's
has
got it.
become, as you rattled off those stats so easily, I'm going down a rabbit hole. I've got distracted. Here's the asterisk. Bring it on. Do you actually memorize all that crap, or are those actually Kamala Harris AirPods?
Yeah, that's right. I hear you in this ear, and
He hung up. He hung up. Oh, what an
new.
idiot. Oh, I love it. I love it. That has not happened
Yeah,
yet.
just double tap your earbud.
Yeah. How do we get him back on here? I don't know how to do
I don't
it.
know.
All right, hang on. I'm going to call you guys back. Oh, man, that's too good. That's too good. I love it. I love it. I guess I have to join now. I don't know what's going on. Come
I don't
on,
see
Dan. Oh, Dan has quit. He quit altogether. All right.
Well.
It's you and me for the rest of the show, kid. So, I don't know. Dan, if you're out there and you want us to call you back, type it in the comments and we'll call you back. Washington against oh my God, what's that
We
other
skipped
team?
one. Hold on. No.
Oh,
Go
we
back.
did. We did. Okay, Bengals,
We have
Titans.
last year's PTSD coming back to hit us again because the orange check marks all by itself
Yeah,
a few times this week, and it's Tennessee. Sierra's picking Tennessee over Cincinnati. I don't see that happening because of how much of a high Cincinnati's going to be running off of over their Dallas win. That's my opinion.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Just great comment, Tim. That is a fantastic comment.
That was on
Hey, Dansville!
Hey! We totally weren't just dissing on it. No.
Dude,
Oh.
wow, that was good.
That was a
Some
Duct Tape
people-
Dynasty first.
Some people are something. Some people are something else.
And then there's Dan.
You are
That's right.
you are definitely something
Yeah.
else, Dan. So
Yeah.
anyway, Tim
What
says
I missed.
that's a Kamala Harris move. Hang up during a difficult question. So there you go. Nice move, Dan.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Nice
glad I
move.
could
So
help.
anyway, Andrew has analyzed the Bengals and Titans and basically said we're all scared of the orange check mark. Washington
there you go.
should beat the Saints. The Jets against,
Robbie.
I mean,
Dude.
is when's Trevor Lawrence coming? Is he alive? Do we know?
no,
Did
I
he
think he's out for
survive?
He's out.
he's out
Is he
for
out for
the
the
year.
season now?
Mac
Okay.
Jones.
Okay, so this is the Mac Jones led. Oh my gosh. We almost all picked the Jets with the exception of Robbie.
Robbie, man.
Yeah.
Are you trying to kill my granddad here with your record? Like, come on.
I mean, it's a monster battle of 3-10 versus 3-10 here. So
Yeah.
Jesus.
But
I don't
one
know,
of them,
the
I mean,
Jaguars just beat the Titans, so anything can happen, I guess.
yeah, this is the this game is the any given Sunday game, because but you've got, I mean,
Jaguars are at home.
Jags
Aaron
are at
Rodgers
home.
retirement tour.
I think that's probably the one reason you could give for Robbie picking that. But the Jets, while on paper they're the obvious winner, no, they're not, because
They have not played
everything about their paper has not worked out this year. I mean, it is terrible. So, geez, we'll see what happens. But yeah, the Jets should, I think, still win. Even if they put together half a game, they should be able to beat. Anyway, whatever.
Should be able to win.
New York and Baltimore. That one's straightforward.
The cut and dry game of the week.
Do we need to say anything about that one? We've got actually Drew Lock will be starting, so who knows, right? It's
Like, that makes a difference. He started on Thanksgiving. Who cares?
But every time a new quarterback comes in, although the Thanksgiving thing, it seems like the team rallies behind that new quarterback, and pulls off
Not
some
New
magical
York.
win. But then again, I forgot that he played on Thanksgiving. So, Dan, is there any way that New York wins this game aside from the any given Sunday factor? That anything.
No, it's actually a 0% chance, 0.0 in fact. So the Ravens, I don't know how many drives it's been in a row, but they actually lead the league right now in the most consecutive point scores on drives into the red zone. So and the Bengals are number 2.
He's
right
got to
now.
have
So,
the earpiece thing. There's
I'm
no way
sorry.
he
All I
remembers
can think
this
about is
stuff.
you hanging up on yourself again.
There's
and I'm
no
putting-
way he
pulling it from
remembers
my
this
laptop
stuff.
because
That's
it
so
died on me.
fantastic.
So,
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, yeah, Baltimore should win. We get it. All right. Russell Wilson, high knees Russ is heading to Atlanta.
the game.
And looks like
Saquon
Kevin
we
and
trust.
Robbie, there's some good company right there. I'm feeling good about the Eagles with those check marks on the other side. But then again, I mean,
Saquon we trust.
yeah.
Right.
I bet against Saquon and it cost me 16-0. That was the game that I think I screwed up to go 15-1 when you guys went 16-0.
Saquon burnt you.
Yeah.
Told you don't do that.
I'm not doing that again. So,
Although, can we admit Russell Wilson has actually, even though he was a bum in Denver, is actually doing pretty decent in Pittsburgh?
yeah, he's doing okay. He's doing okay. I wouldn't say he's had the level of resurgence that say Sam Darnold has had, but he's
No.
definitely doing a lot
He's
better
not-
than he did in Denver.
Not a bum.
What do you think
He's not a
about
bum.
old Russ in there in I almost said Seattle with the Steelers? Golly,
With the Steelers.
it's something
in
with an
Pittsburgh, by
S.
the way.
I was trying to find an S.
It's the Battle of Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh. That's right.
So-
My favorite thing about his time in Denver was somebody had a little YouTube channel or something, just little video clips of every week. It was comparing the number of Russell Russell Wilson touchdown passes to the number of bathrooms in his mansion. Every week, he may have tied it by the end of the season, but it was so abysmal.
That is fantastic.
But in the videos always ended and his house still only has 13 bathrooms or whatever it was. That remains steady.
That's hilarious.
Wow,
So,
man.
In Saquon we trust, though.
Yeah.
Got to keep going with the Eagles.
So
Philadelphia wins the Battle of Pennsylvania.
there you go. And likewise, the Broncos dumped Russ, and so now we're all on the Broncos train against the Colts. With the exception of the Broncos
didn't pick her own team,
which that scares me. We've got an orange check mark on its own with the Indianapolis Colts.
I still maintain that she might say she's a Broncos fan, but she's a Titans fan. There's been as in this week as well, there's been so many times where she's been the only flyer to take the Titans. So I'm curious where her loyalties actually are.
That's let's. You know what?
Conspiracy theory.
I'm going to make a note, Titans, and pay attention to that. All right. So anyway, Sierra and the orange check mark of death over there on Indianapolis. It's scary as ever, but Denver, Mile High.
I hope she gets those wrong, so then I go into second place.
Yeah, it'll be the one that does it. The next game. Now here's one that's actually difficult to pick. The what is that team? The Bills and the Lions.
Bills.
Man, the Bills, as we talked about, got surprised last week by the guys with the horns. Come on, the Rams. There
Rams.
it is.
The Vikings, Rams. Yeah, who is it? The Longhorns.
There it is. Yeah, the Longhorns. But now they come back and they're against Detroit in Detroit. Detroit absolutely has been on a roll the entire season. They are no longer that team in the NFL. That has officially become the Panthers and David Tepper. But this game, I mean, this was a tough one to pick. I'm going with the Lions because I'm afraid of Dan Campbell. And I don't, that's it. That's basically it. It's the home field advantage. That's why I went with the Lions. Looks like, Dan, you're with the Lions as well. So tell me why we're right.
We are right because not only do the Lions have a stout offense, as do the Bills, but the Lions have obviously a stout defense as well. Also, like they're 12-1, right?
Yeah, there's two one-loss teams, right? It's the Lions and the Chiefs.
They're on an 11-game win streak right now. The Lions are. So they lost the second week of the season and they haven't looked back since then. So it's the same reason why I'm picking the Chiefs every game, because they just find a way to win every single week in and week out. So that plus what you already said, they got the home field advantage. I got the Lions in this one. Nothing against the Bills. They're a great team. I hope it's a close game, but I think the Lions got the edge.
Dude, you said Lions and 11-win streak in the same sentence. Like, think about that. Like 2 years ago, that was just ridiculous talk,
No, it's not ridiculous talk, because you would say 11. Well, it is ridiculous. You would say 11 loss streak before, right? Back in the Joey Harrington days.
Yeah.
Right.
Jeez, man, but it's awesome. I love that the Lions are good because it's fun to watch. But why do you think the Bills are going to beat them, though, Andrew?
Honestly, though, I 100% agree with Dan's analysis. This was one where I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to make a because they're in the division pick against them this week and just see what happens. I agree with what Dan said. I 100% do. But if the Lions lose this one, it helps Minnesota's case. So I said, screw it. I'm going to go against them. It's Buffalo. That's not a bad team to pick.
No, not at all.
Might as well give her a shot.
Sure, I like it.
There it is.
As we see, I mean, I think, do we have any other splits? That's the closest we can get to a split. No, this week
we have.
That's it. So, all right, moving on. Dan's favorite team, well, at least his favorite quarterback in Baker Mayfield, which he did not pick, but Sierra did. Sierra and Dave picked Baker Mayfield-led
That's good company, Sierra.
Buccaneers, and everybody else went with my Chargers. I have the
about time you picked your own damn team.
I'm finally going with. I don't feel good about it though. So
Why does picking your own team make you so unsettled? It makes no sense.
Because they're the Chargers, man. I mean, we're the next Carolina Panthers now. You know, we're on our way. Don't worry, we'll get there. I know. It's just
to quote Darth Vader, I find your lack of faith disturbing. Jesus.
Ooh, wow. Jeez.
Pulled out the Vader. So why am I wrong then, Eggman?
Because I mean, you saw Baker Mayfield's stat line, and I'm sure Dan's been saying it to put himself to sleep the last few days. Like Baker Mayfield, they're in LA, and it's the Chargers who have been doing a lot better than people have given them credit for. Justin Herbert's still solid. He has a great set around him, even though it's not the same as last year. I mean, they're not that bad. The fact that you just keep pushing away your own team, it's like, I understand you've been burnt by them, but they can change.
If I expect terrible things, then I'm never disappointed. Because if they do terrible,
Such
well,
a terrible
that's what we
life outlook.
thought. No, just the Chargers. It's not a life outlook. It's just the reality of being a Charger. I'm a realist when it comes to being a Chargers fan.
You're saying this to a Vikings fan.
Dan doesn't even have fandom. So, Dan, why am I right? And the Chargers are going to actually win this game. Is it just because of your hatred of Baker Mayfield? Is that the pure reason why?
100% because Baker Mayfield is trash, right?
Okay.
Let's take a look at the number of interceptions that quarterbacks have thrown this year. Baker Mayfield almost leads the league. He's one off from league leader in interceptions. I think Kirk Cousins might own that title right now. So
wow.
Baker Mayfield has trouble protecting the ball. And hey, your Chargers right now, they're in a playoff position.
I know.
If season ended today, they're going to the playoffs. So
but they're the Chargers. They're going to be.
Yeah.
Expect the worst, hope for the best.
So I didn't pick the Chargers because of any great confidence in them, although they are a good squad. I have less faith in the Baker Mayfield Buccaneers in this one. So, anyways,
fair enough. Hey, I will say, this week we had a lot more splitting. Not even splits, but last week we had a lot of everybody on the same team.
A lot of tandem flyers this week.
Well, yeah, we do. There's only three solo flyers, and two of them are Sierra. One's Kevin.
It's 3 or 4.
Yeah,
we're still figuring
there's
that
4. One of them's Dave. Dear Lord, this
the
is
over-under's
terrible
3.5.
All right, let's just move on. Arizona Cardinals, New England Patriots. Both of them are who knows what kind of teams, but for some reason we all went with the Cardinals. The Kyler Murray
the Pats could pull this one out randomly, though.
Since
the Pats could
release.
Randomly win this too. Who knows? I don't know.
Dan, what is going on with your phone? Are you getting text messages or what is happening? You've hung
He's
up.
looking up the stats so he doesn't hang up on himself.
That's how they're feeding him the info. That's what it is. It's the next game. It's like if you turn around, do you have a green sticker on your hat?
Yeah, he's got the green dot.
The game has started. Seconds. So I'm actually piped into the coach's communication to the field. So,
so tell Kirk Herbstreit we say hello.
Coaches Communication Network. Got it. All right. Green Bay, Seattle. Everybody except Dave is picking Green Bay. Got to feel good about that one.
I almost picked Seattle.
Well, you would have been with Dave if you picked Seattle. So you're in good company with Green Bay.
Yeah.
I think you're safe. And then the rest of the games, we all went. By the way, 2 Monday night games. We're now into that part of the season where there's no more buys. And soon we'll start to get Saturday games, right? I think so.
We should, yeah.
But the Monday night games, as we talked about at the beginning of the show, we're going to get the Icy White Vikings against the Bears. That should be an absolute slaughter fest. The next game, though, although we all picked the Kirk Cousins-led Atlanta Falcons.
It's because the Aiden O'Connell Raiders are so terrible.
Yeah, but I just heard from the Statman. Come on. You know that song. Anyway, from the stat man that the Atlanta quarterback leads the league in interceptions. So maybe I don't feel so good about that pick. But
But it's the Raiders.
It's the Raiders.
The Raiders.
oh, okay, so we're good.
All the analysis you need is it's the Raiders.
By the way, Dan, I just want to say that your feed for the last 15 minutes has been riveting. it's just constantly little it blurs out, then comes back, then blurs out, then comes back, blurs out, and Dan's touching the screen, then it comes back. Anyway,
let's see if that's
it's been some riveting YouTube stuff. So but yeah, okay, the game has started. Anybody have anything else to add about any of these games? Dan, you can tell them to stop feeding you the info because we're done, dude. All we got to do is announce the honor roll champ, unless you guys have something else to say about these games to be. Anything?
I think this week could make a little bit of a difference. There could be a little bit of shuffling because we have more flyers this week than we have the last couple, so it'll be fun.
It definitely, this could be a shakeup week, and the standings are with the exception of Dave. The standings are close, so
I think there's going to be a lot of shuffling down on the bottom four because there's a decent gap between Dan and I don't know if we have enough difference to shake that, but there might be some movement down on the bottom four.
Maybe,
with the exception of Dave.
Yeah, well,
middle three.
Yeah, Dave is solidly in last place. Yeah. Dan, any final thoughts before I announce the what you call it of the week, honor roll player of the week?
Forward to a good game or a good weekend of games. Looking to go 16-0 again.
Did you say again?
Never will happen again.
Again. Okay.
Never will happen again.
I don't know. Anyway, all right.
So
one thing.
Looking forward to those Elsa Whites as well.
Yes, it's going to be a good look out there. Anyway, one thing left to do, and that's announce the honor roll player of the week. And Andrew, believe it or not, your 3 players of the week couldn't get it done because Josh Allen on his own had 6 touchdowns, dude. So
that's right.
You had 3 guys to get 5. How about 1 guy for 6? So Josh Allen, via the poll, as voted on by you, the people, has been deemed the honor roll champion for week 14. We need music for that.
Yeah, what was the vote spread on that? Because I figured it was close.
I don't know. Actually, I think.
Yeah. We just make up.
Yeah, I just made it up. No, I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you on that one. All right. So anyway, we've. Why do I have a countdown on this? This happened last time too. Doggone it! What is going on?
We have 15 minutes left until
like somebody. Like you're at the Oscars.
This is
get him off the stage.
Yeah, I've only got 3 minutes left.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know.
Fit the rest of the show in.
Somebody tell me to get rid of this countdown off of the. How did it get rid of the countdown? After the show. Anyway, okay, look, this is the credits slide, not the credits slide, but just take a screenshot of this. And if you want to go and see any of our stuff within the next 3 minutes, apparently, just go back to your
this program
pictures.
Will self-destruct.
Yeah, no
in
kidding.
3 minutes.
I think this program
seconds.
already self-destructed long ago. But you just hold your thumb on any one of those QR codes. It'll take you to that site.
Your ear
tap your ear twice.
If you tap this ear twice, you disappear. So it's fantastic. Anyway, boys, it's been a good show. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed having you guys on as well, and thank you so much. Final words before we get the heck out of here.
Let's go watch some football.
All right, Dave, enjoy last place.
See you next week. Oh, no, I'm not ready. Look at this. Here we go.
Oh, we still got like a minute and a half.
See ya.